What if I told you there was once an insect so massive, so powerful, that it would make today's dragonflies look like tiny, insignificant creatures? In this video, we're going to journey back 300 million years to explore Meganeura, a prehistoric flying predator that challenges everything we know about insect life. What made these creatures grow to such incredible sizes? How did they survive and hunt? What mysterious environmental conditions allowed their existence? We'll uncover the complete story of Meganeura, exploring the unique prehistoric world that birthed these giants, their incredible physical characteristics, hunting strategies that made them apex predators, the scientific journey of discovering their fossils, and why they ultimately disappeared from Earth. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Meganeura wasn't just an insect, but a remarkable testament to the incredible adaptability of life on our planet. Are you ready to discover a world you never knew existed? The Carboniferous period was a time when Earth looked entirely different from the way it does today. Dense, swampy forests covered much of the land, filled with towering trees that reached incredible heights. The air was warm, humid, and heavy with moisture. These lush environments were home to a diverse range of life, thriving under conditions that we can hardly imagine now. What made this period truly remarkable was the atmosphere. Oxygen levels were significantly higher than today, around 35% compared to the 21% we're familiar with. This surplus of oxygen didn't just sustain life, it allowed creatures to grow to extraordinary sizes. Plants grew rapidly, creating thick forests of giant ferns, horsetails, and massive lycophyte trees. This abundance of plant life fueled a thriving ecosystem where insects and other arthropods reached sizes that would seem impossible today. Meganeura, with its massive wingspan, was one of the most striking examples of these conditions. High oxygen levels were a key factor in its size. Unlike humans, who rely on lungs to breathe, insects use a system of tiny tubes called tracheae to transport oxygen directly to their cells. This system works well for smaller creatures, but during the Carboniferous period, the oxygen-rich air allowed insects like Meganeura to grow far larger than any insect today. It wasn't just Meganeura that benefited. The Carboniferous forests were also home to other massive arthropods. Arthropleura, for example, was a giant millipede-like creature that could grow up to 8 feet long. There were enormous scorpions, some the size of a house cat, and even amphibians that rivaled the size of modern crocodiles. The entire ecosystem was dominated by life forms that thrived in this unique environment, where size became a competitive advantage. These extraordinary creatures didn't exist in isolation. They were part of an ecosystem unlike anything we see now. The combination of warm climates, vast swamps, and oxygen-rich air created the perfect conditions for life to experiment with size and form. It was a time when nature pushed its boundaries, producing some of the most astonishing organisms in Earth's history. The Carboniferous world truly was a land of giants. Meganeura was a marvel of nature, designed to dominate the skies with its incredible physical features. Its most remarkable trait was its massive wingspan, which stretched up to 2.5 feet. The wings, reinforced by a complex network of veins, were lightweight, yet incredibly strong. This intricate structure gave Meganeura the ability to fly with precision and agility, enabling it to navigate dense forests and capture prey with ease. Its large compound eyes provided a significant advantage, allowing exceptional vision across nearly 360 degrees. These eyes were crucial for spotting prey and avoiding potential threats in its environment. Meganeura's vision, combined with its speed and maneuverability, made it a highly efficient aerial predator. The creature's exoskeleton was another key feature. It was both tough and lightweight, offering protection without slowing it down. This balance of strength and efficiency made Meganeura perfectly suited for the challenges of its time. While there are clear similarities between Meganeura and modern dragonflies, the differences are striking. Meganeura was far larger, with physical adaptations that allowed it to hunt larger prey and cover more territory. Its wings generated much greater power, and its hunting techniques were likely unmatched in its environment. One of its most formidable traits was its jaws. These powerful mandibles were capable of tearing apart its prey with ease, whether it was small insects or other creatures in the Carboniferous ecosystem. Meganeura's respiratory system was equally impressive. Unlike modern insects, its ability to thrive at such a large size was supported by the oxygen-rich atmosphere of the Carboniferous period. The efficient delivery of oxygen throughout its body enabled it to maintain high energy levels and sustain its large size. Meganeura's anatomy wasn't just about size, it was a blend of strength, precision, and adaptability, making it a dominant predator in the prehistoric skies. Every aspect of its design contributed to its survival in a world teeming with life and competition. Meganeura was not just a giant insect, it was a highly skilled predator, perfectly equipped to rule the skies of the Carboniferous period. Its diet consisted of a variety of prey, including smaller insects, amphibians, and possibly even small fish. With its sharp eyesight and powerful jaws, Meganeura had all the tools it needed to thrive as an apex predator. One of its most effective hunting strategies was to hover above water bodies or forest clearings, scanning for movement. Its large, compound eyes could detect even the slightest motion, giving it an edge over its prey. Once it spotted a target, Meganeura would strike with incredible speed and precision. The combination of its silent approach and quick movements made it nearly impossible for prey to escape. In addition to hunting, Meganeura's flight skills set it apart from other creatures of its time. It could hover in place, glide effortlessly, and dart through the air with sudden bursts of speed. These abilities allowed it to outmaneuver prey and navigate through the dense vegetation of the Carboniferous forests. Its agility and control in the air were unmatched, making it the dominant predator in its ecosystem. There's also evidence to suggest that Meganeura might have exhibited territorial behavior. Its size and strength would have given it dominance over other flying insects, ensuring that it had access to the best hunting grounds. With such control over its environment, Meganeura didn't just survive, it thrived, cementing its place as one of the most formidable predators of its time. Meganeura's ability to adapt and hunt with precision shows just how advanced its survival skills were. Whether it was gliding silently over a still pond or darting through the forest in pursuit of prey, it was the ultimate aerial predator in a world filled with competition. The story of Meganeura begins not with its flight in the prehistoric skies, but with a groundbreaking discovery buried in the earth. In 1880, paleontologists in France unearthed fossils that captured the remains of this extraordinary creature. These fossils included intricate impressions of Meganeura's wings, showcasing their immense size and complex vein structures. For scientists, it was a window into a world long gone and a clue to the astonishing scale of prehistoric life. These fossils immediately drew attention due to their sheer size, far surpassing that of any modern insect. Scientists meticulously studied the wing patterns, discovering their unique design, which allowed for precision and strength in flight. By analyzing the preserved remains, researchers pieced together a picture of a giant predator that dominated the skies with agility and unmatched power. Reconstructing the life of Meganeura wasn't without challenges. Fossils from that time are rare and often incomplete, but the discovery in France was a remarkable exception. These findings didn't just confirm the existence of a massive insect, they also gave scientists valuable insights into its environment. By examining the surrounding rock layers, they identified traces of the lush, oxygen-rich forests where Meganeura thrived. This discovery had far-reaching implications for science. It highlighted the impact of ancient atmospheric conditions on the evolution of life and opened up new avenues for studying how prehistoric ecosystems functioned. Meganeura became a symbol of Earth's dynamic history, reminding us of the incredible diversity and adaptability of life over the ages. The reign of Meganeura, like many ancient giants, eventually came to an end. One of the key reasons was the significant drop in atmospheric oxygen levels. During its peak, the air was rich with oxygen, which supported the massive size of arthropods like Meganeura. However, as the Carboniferous period came to a close, the oxygen concentration in the atmosphere began to decline. With less oxygen available, it became increasingly difficult for large insects to sustain their metabolic needs. This physiological limitation directly impacted their ability to grow and survive. Adding to the challenge, the Earth's climate was undergoing significant shifts. The dense, swampy forests that once dominated the landscape started to disappear, giving way to drier and more arid environments. These forests had provided an ideal habitat and abundant prey for Meganeura. As the ecosystems changed, the resources that these creatures relied on became scarce. This loss of habitat created a domino effect, forcing Meganeura and other large arthropods into a struggle for survival. Finally, competition played a crucial role in their disappearance. By this time, early amphibians and reptiles were emerging as formidable predators. These creatures not only competed with Meganeura for food, but also introduced new challenges in the ecosystem. With their versatile diets and adaptive behaviors, these early vertebrates outmatched Meganeura in the race for resources. Faced with dwindling oxygen, habitat loss, and increasing competition, Meganeura couldn't sustain its dominance and ultimately vanished from the prehistoric skies. Their disappearance was not just an end, but a reminder of how changing environments shape the course of life on Earth, paving the way for new species to thrive. Let's consider what would happen if Meganeura, the massive prehistoric dragonfly, existed in the modern world. With its wingspan reaching up to 2.5 feet, Meganeura would be an imposing presence. It would likely dominate the skies, hunting smaller insects with ease and potentially even competing with birds and bats for food. Its ability to hover and dart swiftly through the air would make it a formidable predator, possibly taking over territory currently held by other flying creatures. However, the reality of Meganeura's existence today would face significant challenges. The most critical factor is the difference in atmospheric oxygen levels. During the Carboniferous period, oxygen levels were about 35%, which allowed insects and other arthropods to grow to enormous sizes. This higher oxygen concentration enabled creatures like Meganeura to thrive. In contrast, today's atmosphere has much lower oxygen levels, around 21%. This drop in oxygen would make it impossible for Meganeura to grow to the size it once did. Insects rely on passive diffusion to absorb oxygen, which becomes less efficient as their size increases. At today's oxygen levels, a creature the size of Meganeura would struggle to breathe and survive. Additionally, the climate and ecosystems have changed drastically since the time of Meganeura. The lush, humid swamp forests that existed back then provided the perfect environment for giant insects. Today, however, most of the Earth's ecosystems are much drier, with less dense forests and fewer carbon-rich environments. Meganeura would find it difficult to survive without the abundant, moist habitats it once relied on. Competition from other creatures would also be a major obstacle. In Meganeura's time, there were no birds or bats to challenge its dominance in the sky. Today, however, these flying predators would outcompete Meganeura. Birds, with their high metabolism and speed, would be much more agile and efficient hunters. Bats, with their own specialized hunting skills, would also pose a significant threat. While Meganeura's existence in the modern world would be fascinating, the lower oxygen levels, altered climate, and competition from other predators would make it nearly impossible for such a giant insect to thrive today. The conditions that allowed Meganeura to exist no longer exist on Earth, making it a creature of the distant past, locked in a world that was far different from the one we live in now. Here are a few mind-blowing facts about Meganeura that will leave you in awe. Meganeura is one of the largest flying insects ever discovered. Its wingspan could stretch up to 2.5 feet, which is far bigger than any dragonfly you'll ever see today. A creature this size soaring through ancient skies would have been a breathtaking sight. The name Meganeura comes from the Greek words mega, meaning large, and neura, meaning nerves. This refers to the intricate and large veins in its wings. These veins weren't just for support, they also played a role in its ability to maneuver precisely in the air. The complexity of its wing structure was one of the reasons it was such an efficient predator. Despite its massive wingspan, Meganeura likely weighed only a few ounces. This is because its exoskeleton was surprisingly lightweight, allowing it to take to the skies without the weight that would have burdened other large creatures. This lightweight design helped it remain agile and efficient in flight. What would you do if you saw a Meganeura flying around today? Would you be amazed by its size and beauty? Or would it be something you'd avoid? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Today we've traveled back in time to discover Meganeura, a giant insect that once ruled the skies. Its massive wingspan and powerful hunting abilities made it an apex predator of its time, while the unique environment of the Carboniferous period provided the perfect conditions for such an extraordinary creature. From its lightweight but durable exoskeleton to its deadly precision in flight, Meganeura was truly a marvel of prehistoric life. But Meganeura is just one example of the many astonishing creatures that roamed the Earth long before us. Who knows what other incredible beings still remain to be uncovered? The prehistoric world is full of mysteries, and with every fossil discovery, we get a step closer to understanding it. If you enjoyed learning about Meganeura, don't forget to like this video and share it with anyone who loves exploring the wonders of the past. Comment below with your thoughts on Meganeura. Would you want to see one up close, or would you run the other way? And if you have other prehistoric creatures you'd love to learn about, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting discoveries from the ancient world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.